Hello and welcome to Japanese from Zero. I'm George Trombley and we are in Book 3. We are on Lesson 7 of Japanese from Zero. And today's topic is kind of a fun one. We haven't done this yet in this series, but we've done it in other videos on the channel. Learn Japanese with a tongue twister. This is actually part of the lesson. The entire lesson's name is called Tongue Twister. All right, or two chickens or something like that. We do need to know this kanji. Tatsu, stand, otoko, boy, onna, girl, ko for child, and u or sei or anything that means birth or teacher or student. It does all sorts of, it's in a lot of words. Actually, all of these kanji are in a lot of words, and there are words in the book that you should know, hopefully. All right, let's look at some new words. Some new words. There's going to be not that many new words, but important for this particular tongue twister, which, by the way, in Japanese is haya kuchi kotoba. Haya means fast. Kuchi means mouth. Haya kuchi, fast speaking. Kotoba means words. Okay. You could actually say to somebody, haya kuchi desu ne. Wow, you speak fast. Haya kuchi just means you're a fast speaker. Kare wa haya kuchi desu. Man, he's so fast speaking. All right, so niwa. Niwa means garden. Niwa. Uraniwa. It's the garden in the back. It's the behind garden, right? So it's the backyard of a house, for example. So niwa is a normal garden. Uraniwa is a backyard. Okay? And we learned this in the last video, but it is important to our grammar, to our tongue twister. It's niwatori. Niwatori means chicken, hen, or in other times we call it a cock. All right, birds and rabbit counter. This is really important. We touched a little bit on it before. We know how to count animals with ippiki, nihiki, sambiki counter. But if you remember that lesson, I said, hey, guess what? By the way, rabbits and birds are not using that counter. They use the wa counter. And we don't have the kanji up here, but the kanji is the kanji for feather. So it's like literally you're saying like one feather, two feather, right? And for some reason, something to do with, I believe, Buddhism. Wow. I couldn't even mess up the mess up. I was trying to repeat the mistake that I made. I couldn't even do that. Buddhism. I think it had something to do with religion back in the day, and I think the Buddhist priests were only allowed to eat birds, but there was like a shortage of birds or something, and in order for them to skirt the rule of them only being able to eat birds, they said, well, rabbits are birds. They're in the same classification, so they could eat rabbits. You can actually post in the comments if I got that completely wrong. That's my memory. I hope I didn't make it up. But anyway, so birds and rabbits both, for some reason, use the feathered animal counter. So ichi wa, niwa, that's important, niwa, san wa, yon wa, go wa, roku wa, nana wa, hachi wa, kyu wa, and ju wa. All right, now we're going to go ahead and look at our tongue twister. And first, we're only going to look at it in hiragana because that's what makes it very hard. Remember, normally you're not looking at a tongue twister, you're saying it or you're listening to it. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to say it, and you see if you can figure out what it means. Don't be too harsh on yourself if you don't, because the whole entire idea of doing this tongue twister is to learn from the grammar of it. All right. Ura ni wa niwa niwa. Niwa ni wa niwa. Niwatori ga imasu. All right. So that's really, really hard to understand when you're looking at it all in hiragana, because kanji gives it a lot more context. So let's go ahead and look at it in kanji. So, okay. Ura niwa niwa niwa. Niwa niwa niwa. Niwatori ga imasu. All right. Now let's break it up. Okay. Some of you really smart people, just by looking at the kanji, have already figured it out. So let's go ahead and do it. Ura niwa, in the backyard. We don't have in the yet. That's this part, including the blue part. So in the backyard is ura niwa niwa. Now, though the niwa is stressing that, hey, in the backyard, right? Instead of just saying in the backyard, it's in the backyard, niwa two. To what? It's either a bird or a rabbit. We don't know, but there's two. So we're really, this entire part right here is there are two in the backyard. niwa niwa, and in the niwa, which is typically in the front, right? In the front yard, niwa, there are two. So we've said so far, in the front yard, or in the backyard, there are two. In the front, there are two. Niwatori ga imasu. Chickens. This is Japanese grammar, so it's not like English grammar. The main part comes at the end. So there are two chickens in the front yard and two in the backyard is what we're saying. So, ura niwa niwa niwa. Niwa niwa niwa. Niwatori ga imasu. And that is the tongue twister. So, I wish we could still do video replies on YouTube because I would like you all to try to say this tongue twister. Actually, this is what I would like you to do. For those of you that have video cameras, and a channel on YouTube, do this. Record this tongue twister, then send the link in the comments down below. I look forward to seeing it. All right, thank you for watching Japanese from Zero. We are going to be continuing right now on lesson 7 momentarily. See you there. Bye. じゃあね。